Hey guys, so today I'm going to be doing a review and a tutorial using the Benefit World Famous Neutrals palette, and this one is Most Glamorous Nudes Ever. We'll be also doing one on the Easiest Nudes Ever, and that will be in a separate video from this one. Okay, so this is the look I created with this palette. I'm kind of just going to do the review first, and then I'll do the tutorial at the end. So this is what the palette looks like. When you open it, you get 4 eyeshadows, 2 small pots of the Creaseless Cream Shadows, and then it comes with tips and tricks here, and it comes with like 2 different looks you can do. I didn't do these looks, I kind of did whatever, and then you also get a mirror on there. Okay, so that's all that's included in this palette. I'm going to start with the packaging. I like the packaging. I mean, it's really cute, and it's, even though it's a little thick, it's still like compact. It's really small. So I like that you can have, you know, a complete, you know, eye look here. You can do lots of different kinds of looks from these colors. And it also comes with like basically your primers as well. So all you would need to do if you're going somewhere is to take this and, you know, a couple brushes, and then you'll be able to make, you know, a lot of different looks, and you won't have to bring a bunch of stuff. So I do like that aspect of this palette. My overall feeling on this palette is that it's really, really hit and miss, and it's definitely not my favorite palette ever. So I did little swatches on my fingers on the colors. I didn't press too hard, and I'm just gonna put them on my hand really quick. So here are the swatches. This color right here is called Call My Buff. This one is Kiss Me, I'm Tipsy. The next one is It's Complicated, and the last one is Guilty Pleasure. So you're getting basically a matte-ish, maybe satin type finish cream color. You're getting a warm tone brown that's pretty matte. It just has kind of little pieces of shimmers in there. They're not big, they're very small. Then this one is your peachy champagne kind of color. And then this last one is kind of a bronzy gold. It's got a brown in it, so it's not like a yellow, bright yellow gold. It's got sort of a bronziness. Shades, I think It's Complicated and Guilty Pleasure, these two right here, they're definitely the better performing. Generally, when you have, you know, a palette or whatever, shimmery shadows or metallic ones are generally the ones that are more pigmented, and that holds true for these colors. Kiss Me, I'm Tipsy, I really don't like. I mean, this is how dark it is in the palette, but when you swatch it, it's really not dark at all. It's very light, and I don't like that about it because I was expecting, you know, a darker color, and like I used it today. It's out on the outer corner of my eye, and you would think I put like a light brown. It's like very light, and I don't know. It really does not have the color payoff that I would expect from a company like Benefit. And the same thing goes for Call My Buff. It's really not hardly pigmented at all. I mean, it comes off, but when you know, put it on, it kind of just turns into nothing. As far as the Creaseless Cream Shadows go, let me swatch those for you. So this one right here is called Birthday Suit, and it's kind of like a warm toned kind of champagne color, but a little darker than champagne, but not yet to taupe, if that makes sense. Between champagne and taupe is how I would explain that one. And then this one right here is My 2 Cents, and you guys have seen me use this in some recent tutorials. Whoops. And that's basically just kind of like a bronzy gold. It's a little more of a orangey gold. So as far as those go, I don't really know how I feel about them. The one Birthday Suit, the lighter one, I used that one in the tutorial today. And what I noticed is that when I put it on and like blend it in with my finger, it kind of disappears, and then it looks like nothing, and you'll see that in the video. I really don't like that because, you know, I'm putting these on so that there's something, you know, not only sticky, but there's a nice color underneath, so that, say, if a shadow isn't as pigmented as I want it to be, there'll be kind of something for it to pop, like something underneath it to make the color, you know, a bit brighter. And I don't think that this will kind of help you with that. The My 2 Cents one is more pigmented than the Birthday Suit color, but it's still not that pigmented, and when you rub it in with your finger, it's another one that kind of disappears, and it doesn't really look too pigmented, I guess. I also don't like the way these feel. They feel very thin. Like, they're creamy and everything when you rub your finger in them, but they just feel so thin, like they're watered down. It's the weirdest feeling. I've never felt a cream shadow like this before. If you felt paint pots or those Maybelline color tattoos, those feel like they have, you know, a nice stickiness. And I don't want to say they feel thick, but they do feel a little thicker than these, if you know what I mean. And when you put them on, you feel like it's a great sticky kind of nice base for your shadows to go on, and you feel confident that your shadow's going to look good on top. When I put these on, it just feels so thin, like there's no point in me putting them on. They're not my favorite cream shadows ever. I can't attest to the longevity of them either, because I'm always the kind of person that I put on primer no matter what. I didn't use these on their own just because that's not my normal routine, and when I'm kind of testing something to review it, I'm going to use it how I would normally use it to see if it works, you know, for the way I usually use stuff. So overall, I'm not really crazy about these palettes. I was expecting a lot more. I think the shadows are only okay. I think when I put them on over just these creaseless cream shadows, I think that they look very patchy and they don't come off with a strong pigmentation like I'm used to. So I think if you already have a lot of eyeshadow, you totally can skip this, because I don't think you're gonna find something here that's gonna be crazy amazing that you're gonna like be, you know, crazy about, and this is gonna be like your new staple thing to use. I don't think that is gonna give you that kind of end result. Maybe if you don't have as much makeup and you kind of, maybe you're not as experienced and you're kind of learning, you know, the whole, you know, makeup process, this would probably be good for you, because it's not going to be colors that are so pigmented that you need a lot of expertise in handling the shadows. These are kind of easy colors that someone with less experience could use. It is also a pretty good price, I think. It's $30 for this palette, and you're getting 2 fairly decent sized creaseless cream shadows, and you're getting 4 full-size eyeshadows. So I think it's a very good deal for what you're paying for. The quality is just not there for me as a person who owns a lot of eyeshadows and a lot of great quality eyeshadows, not necessarily expensive, but great quality, whether that's, you know, Wet n Wild, which I think is fantastic, or you can do Inglot, which is another one that's very pigmented and has a good quality to them. Yeah, I think for me, this is not a really necessary item to have. Alright, so that is my spiel on this. Hopefully I didn't ruin your day, and let me just kind of get into the tutorial and show you the look you can create with this palette. Alright guys, so I'm starting out with Birthday Suit, and I'm going to put this all over my eyelid, and as you can see, once I blend it in, it just looks like nothing. So that's what I was talking about earlier in the review part. And then I'm going to take It's Complicated on a flat brush and put this on the inner part of my eyelid. And I tried to pack on as much as I could, but again, it was kind of a little bland. And then I'm going to take Call My Buff and just put that right on the inner tear duct area to brighten that up a little bit. And then after that, I'm going to go in with Guilty Pleasure on the same flat brush and start packing this all over my eyelid. I literally did this for like a couple minutes, and this was about as, you know, intense as I could get it. It really, really does not come off very well. And it just kind of, it doesn't look like I just put 3 different colors. It looks like all the same color. So then I'm going to take Kiss Me I'm Tipsy on a fluffy brush, and then I'm going to use this little flat edge to give myself a crisp edge. And I'm just blending this on the outer corner. I'm going to go over it a couple times, and then I end up taking off the little edge and kind of blending just around, so make sure that it's, you know, nice and blended out. And then I go across the crease a little bit. But again, as you can see, this is really not dark at all. It doesn't really do much. I'm taking Call My Buff just to highlight a little bit, and then I'm going to go in with Guilty Pleasure and put that across the crease to add a little warmth. But like I've said throughout this tutorial, it doesn't really do much. I'm going to take Kiss Me I'm Tipsy on a small smudgy brush and smudge that under my lower lash line. And then I'm going to go in with Guilty Pleasure again and put that on the inner part of my lower lash line. And then I did my eyeliner and my mascara, and this is what it ended up looking like. As you guys can see, this ended up kind of turning out to looking like a monotone look. The colors really don't show up that different when you put them on the eyes, and that's really what I don't like about this palette. They're not pigmented enough for me. Alright guys, so thank you so much for watching. I hope this was helpful for you and kind of gave you some insight on this palette. Like I said in the beginning, I will be doing a review on this palette next, and so kind of stay tuned for that. So you can see what I think of this one as opposed to this one. So thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't yet, and I'll see you next time, guys. Bye.